Meeting is being recorded.
Welcome, friends, to the cross-country cycling advocacy call for April 2026. Very glad to have Blair Smith from BEST, that's Better Environmentally Sound Transportation, an amazing organization based in Metro Vancouver that has become masters of the bike valet. And bike valet has come up in many of our conversations. It's not only a way to promote cycling in our communities by helping people get to events by bike safely, knowing that their bikes are not going to get stolen, but also a lot of our members are doing this as a way to bring in revenue to pay for their website fees and to maybe even pay for staff. Um, and yeah, so Best has gotten super good at this, and they've got some massive expansion going on this season. So we've asked them to tell us about their bike valet so that we can learn more about how it's done there. So Blair, take it away.
Okay, should I share my screen?
Hmm.
All right. Let's go here. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, can you see my Canva presentation?
Hmm.
You're
Yeah, looks
good?
good.
I'm gonna keep the cursor on there because I'm gonna reference some maps in a little while, and then I can circle where I'm talking about for people who might not be as familiar uh, on Vancouver, the general area. So hello, everyone. Samuel, thank you for allowing me to present today. My name is Blair Smith, and yes, I'm the Bike Valet Program Manager, and I'm quite new. So I will try to give you my perspective. I'm 2.5 months into the job, so hopefully I don't say anything that keeps me on, or that hopefully I say everything that will keep me employed past my probationary period. So yes, thanks again, Samuel. So Samuel mentioned that the Bike Valet is a part of BEST, and BEST is called Better Environmentally Sound Transportation. We are a nonprofit. We have 5 different programs that run under the umbrella of BEST. The Bike Valet is our largest program out of the 5, and I'll talk obviously a bit more about Bike Valet in a moment. But the other 4 programs, Eco Voyage, so providing newcomers and unserved communities with free workshops and resources on multimodal transportation, Living Streets, free community walks through Metro Vancouver's most scenic routes, Seniors on the Move, which is supporting senior mobility through research, advocacy, and transit training to enhance options and promote lifelong mobility. And April is Walk 30 Month, and it's a really great program I've learned more about. It's essentially a competition between organizations, municipalities, Transit Link, which is our transit authority here in the Lower Mainland. But it's to get people out and walking every day in April and track their walks through an application. And it's a competition, friendly competition. There are personal prizes. And we're also involving schools. So classrooms competing against each other to get out and walk every day for 30 minutes in the month of April. Really great program. I highly recommend you go check out that part of BEST. BEST is kind of a statement of what BEST is: to make healthy and sustainable transportation part of everyday life in BC. We're heavily into advocacy, collaboration, and education when it comes to active transportation. Moving on. So I'm sure all of you on this call have parked your bike at a valet, and I would agree with Samuel that we are probably the most popular valet company in the Lower Mainland. It's like a coat check for bikes, and we've been parking bikes since 2008. We provide a safe and convenient parking solution for bikes and other micro mobility devices for the community. We will be attending probably 100 plus events this year. It's going to be a busy one, and I am definitely going to get into the FIFA World Cup bike valets in short time. Okay, what can be parked at the Bike Valet? All types of bikes, cargo bikes, e-bikes, tandems, you name it, we'll take it. Scooters, we take scooters happily. We'll take skateboarders, and we'll take anything that rolls. At some of our events, we have some really interesting things. Sometimes at BC Place, when we're at that location, you can't take water bottles. So we actually, as a Bike Valet, will take your water bottles and make sure they're returned to you safely after our event. We get some other odd things, but I'm not going to go into that today. Yes, moving on. So some quick facts from 2025, and this was from our annual report. We parked 11,429 bikes. Operating days, and those can overlap on specific days, so 245. We're definitely on path for that in 2026. I've learned we've parked over 300,000 bikes since our inception. And the CO2 reduction we calculate at 16,000 kilograms. I'm not sure how it was calculated. Like I said, I'm kind of new, but that is what we're reporting. I'm going to dig into that further after this presentation, I promise. So the types of service, we have single day events, short-term events, big scale events like the 2010 Winter Olympics, Celebration of Light, Pride. We just completed the Vancouver Sun Run on Sunday, Catalano Fest, Squamish, all these different one-off events. And then we have longer term events, which are throughout a longer period of time. Obviously, we have 4 dedicated events, long-term events this summer at the shipyards in North Vancouver, Steveston in Richmond, downtown core, we're going to have a valet, and there's rumblings we're going to have 2 downtown valets. And also we're at Gastown on Sunday. So we consider those longer term events. And there's one there at the end there, the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which we will be there soon. And there we go. We're getting into the fan festival type of conversation. What you're seeing there is a rendering of the brand new amphitheater. I live in the Hastings Sunrise community. I walk my dog over there maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And I've been looking at how they're going along with the construction. And it's going to be interesting to make sure that they are done. The first event is going to be June 5th. There's a lot to be completed leading up to June 5th. But hopefully it will be done. At the amphitheater, you're going to be able to go and view games, but also every fan festival day from June 11th to June 19th, there's going to be concerts. The city has projected up to 25,000 or more people will visit the fan festival. On the bottom left of the screen there is a pretty cool 3D rendering that's on the website. I'll show you a URL in a moment to get to that page. All right. So when and where will we be operating? The city of Vancouver, through our estimates and quotation phases, has estimated we'll have 2,000 bikes, room for 2,000 bikes. And I don't, other than maybe attending a Grand Fondo, I don't think I've seen maybe that many bikes in one place. But at the Fan Festival at the Pacific National Exhibition, we're going to have 2 main bike valets. One, Callister Park, which is the bigger one, we're going to have room for up to 1,500 bikes. And at the Hastings Community Center, we're going to have up to 500 bikes. And I will be showing you maps following this slide. We also have one other station. It's going to be situated at Science World, closer to the BC Place where the World Cup games will be played. There's an area called the Last Mile. And anywhere from 6 to 12 hours before a game day, we've been told that there will be no vehicle traffic at the Last Mile. You'll only be able to get to the stadium by walking, cycling, or by transit. But we're going to have a station there for 100 bikes. And what we've estimated and what our data tells us from previous valets, we are estimating 60% will receive as traditional bikes and 40% as e-bikes. So those are the 3 sites that are part of our contract with the city and for the FIFA World Cup. Now I'm getting into some maps here. This is mostly East Vancouver, but you see downtown there, and you see about maybe a third of Stanley Park on the top left. The first, the blue square area is basically, we call it Stadium District. And the big dome there, that's BC Place. And you see Science World, that's where our smaller valet. So all that area is within pretty much that blue area is called the last mile. FIFA considers it a last mile where there'll be no vehicle transportation, public vehicle transportation. This is a Google map, and all those green routes are protected routes or cycling paths along roadways in and around the downtown and moving out to to East Vancouver. The other blue border area is the P&E, so it's quite a distance away. There's going to be express buses going along. You can see there, I'm going to get my cursor out here, East Hastings. So that's the main route. The 16 bus will get you out there, and they're going to have express 16 routes. This area is the Pacific National Exhibition. So this is Hastings Sunrise where the cursor is, and this is Renfrew Street. This bike cycle from the last mile area to over to the P&E is about 6 to 7 kilometers by bike, anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. It is a bit of an uphill, but it is doable. And that's where the Fan Festival is going to be. It's not truly downtown, it's part of East Vancouver, which I'm happy because I'm about 5 blocks away. It's going to be a fun summer. Okay, my next map is a closer vision or overhead view of the P&E. And here I'm going to put this cursor. Remember that amphitheater I was showing you the renderings? This is that area here. And as you can see, Google Maps hasn't updated a latest version because the roof has already been completed. This here is the Coliseum. That's the Pacific National Coliseum. And our most winningest hockey team this winter resides there, called the Vancouver Golden Eyes. That's where they play out of. And the Vancouver Canucks used to play out of that venue. So just across from the Coliseum is our bigger bike valet, which is going to house up to 1,500 bikes, some days from 8 a.m. all the way to 12 midnight because of these concerts. And then you have in the south here, this is Hastings Street. This is Hastings Community Center. And this is going to house it is going to house up to 500 bikes. So that gives you a sense of the actual Fan Festival. This is a race course here, the P&E race grounds. This is the Agrodome. It's another arena. The Golden Eyes actually practice in that older facility. That's the Fan Festival zone, Fan Festival area of the P&E. Okay, and so here's another mock-up from the web. It's not a mock-up, it's a 3D rendering that's on the website. Here's the URL if you want to visit the Fan Festival website. And just to give you a sense, these are flat images, obviously, but this is in relation to approximately where those bike valets will be. Again, this is Renfrew Street, and this is East Hastings, which I mentioned in the previous slide. On the top right is that amphitheater where you'll see all the games. But all this area, it's like a huge swath of land, and there's going to be fan zone, events and just different things to do throughout the grounds. It's going to be quite an event. Okay, so we are planning for the World Cup. We are 48 days away from kickoff, and every morning now my head is spinning on all the things that's going to have to take place in order to deliver these bike valets successfully. Along the way, we've dealt with quite a number of different entities and organizations. The City of Vancouver, obviously, we work with them closely with our contract. Funding with TransLink, our transportation authority, and just logistics through Vancouver, all the different coordinations of different pieces for these valets. It's quite a lot. We're working with FIFA event organizers, Arcadis, and InLive. InLive is providing our support for any type of fencing, temporary fencing, and hopefully lighting. We're working with the city of Vancouver, but also with micromobility providers. Those valets are going to host Lime scooters and Mobi bikes. That's the Vancouver Bike Share. So we're going to be sharing our space with those providers. And then just coordination with rental companies, fencing, U-Haul vans, and Moto, which is our car share. Equipment is a big thing. We are the most popular bike valet in the Lower Mainland, but we need more racks and poles. So procuring new equipment has been an ongoing process. We are in the stages of having new poles and short poles and racks for, sorry, there's a typo there, vendor. It's for about 120 more racks, 115 more racks. Fencing, we're working with fencing companies to have rentals there. And if you can believe it, reusable tags. For the amount of bikes we use, we've mainly used tickets, paper tickets, and they're obviously disposable, but they can be expensive printing them. So we're looking at reusable tags. If anyone has suggestions on reusable tags, I do have my phone number at the end of the slide presentation. Please send me a note, because that is something we're tackling with now. And then one very big piece is staffing. So we're predicting we're going to have to hire 100 bike valets, about 3 to 6 supervisors, and that's in the World Cup window. So it's a bit challenging for that short term, because we are offering full-time work, but then it's really only for the World Cup. And we're using a tracking or a HR tool called Workable, which is helping our life much easier. But as we get to the next slide, we are hiring. So anyone, if you have friends who are looking for work, students, please go to our website. We are hiring actively. We will start interviewing next week, but we're looking for up to 100 bike valet attendants. Like I said, 3 to 6 supervisors. We also have this really cool Canada Summer Jobs supervisor position. There's only one of those, and it's government funded. But please check out our website. Like I said, if you have any questions on, qualifications, anything like that, it is all listed on our website. But if you have further questions, please let me know. All right. I don't think I got to 20 minutes, but kind of close. Thank you, everyone. I hope this was helpful. I hope if you have any questions, I can do my best to answer them. There's my phone number if you want to send me a text, by all means, or you can shoot me an email. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, please do, bikevalet.ca. Samuel, that's my presentation. I hope that was helpful.
Well, we're not done yet. I think there's going to be a lot of questions. This is a very engaged group of people who are day-to-day involved in programming. So I think this is really inspiring and provoking more questions. I'm wondering,
should I stop sharing?
Sure, that's a good idea.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Well, we also know that in Victoria, I believe it's Capital Bikes has an amazing bike valet program as well. And I'm wondering, what do you think is what are the forces, the elements that have led to Best and Capital Bikes? I don't know, might not be able to speak on their behalf, but why is it that these two cities have been able to cultivate such amazing bike valet services that are growing to this level?
So the Victoria Bike Valet was a part of Best, and I think it became, it's separate now. It's funded different. It's funded by the city. But why is the Bike Valet become so prolific in Vancouver? I just think it's the number of people that are riding bikes and the number of events. Vancouver is a major center for events. And just in my short time, I was blown away by how many events that we're going to be at. And I think a lot of it too is with a good brand. So people recognize our tents, they see us, they're expecting us to be at events. And we're getting these comments, are you going to be at the shipyards for a Brouhaha type thing? Or are you going to be at Catalano, which will have 2 locations? Are you going to be at Symphony at Sunset? So it's kind of synonymous now with the event. that we can safely travel to an event. Our bikes are secure. We don't have to worry about them being stolen. And I think like I've been a long time cyclist, and I kind of expect valets to be at these events now. It's kind of been ingrained to the culture of cycling since 2008. And if you don't see one, it's kind of like, oh, where's the bike valet? And then, oh, I forgot my lock. Where am I going to put the bike? But that's from my perspective. I don't know if anyone else wants to weigh in, but that's kind of from my perspective.
Maybe they're mutually reinforcing, like the bike valet, making it helping to make it an event destination, and the event destination supporting the growth of bike valet.
I think it's a testament to the organizers are recognizing how many people are actually traveling by bike. So, for example, I mentioned I live near the Peony short walk, and the Golden Eyes has exploded. And we had a beautiful day about 3 weeks ago, and the Peony there was probably 100 bikes outside the Peony Coliseum, and I was like, and there wasn't enough racks, so people were putting their bikes on trees. And coincidentally, the Peony reached out to us the next day and asked if we could possibly provide services for the Peony this summer. And now you have this new amphitheater. So it's people are traveling to these destinations because also it's a beautiful way to travel to an event rather than being stuck in a car. And Vancouver traffic is poor at best, even on event days in the weekends, in my opinion. Other people might have other opinions, but that's what I notice.
Doug Clark from Bike Calgary is next.
Yeah, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thanks for going through this, and I certainly don't envy you the challenge of logistically handling this large an event, and well, as you laid out some of the issues you're going to be dealing with. I was hoping to hear a little bit more about, logistically how you're going to have that fast, flexible, and accurate, checking bikes in and checking bikes out, and moving to something that's more sustainable from a, not throwing away paper tickets, that sort of thing. I mean, do you have any thoughts on what direction you're headed with that? I've also seen the potential for, some app on your phone that could be part of that system as well, right? Just to try and speed things up and make it more accurate. What are you guys leaning towards?
So we find that people, when we are at events, they hold on to their ticket, their numbered ticket. We ask them to take a picture of it, actually, just to have a backup. But we are moving towards a kind of a double ticketing system, color-based, hopefully, so that we're going to have colored areas around the valet. But right now I'm looking at a vendor too of providing 2 tickets, one to go wrap around the handlebars, and then like a little token with the number on it that we'd be giving the customer. We have stanchion type fencing planned for the in and out. It's going to be it's going to be a trial and error for those first couple days, I believe, to see what the flow is like. Definitely the flow out is going to be a challenge. I think the flow in is going to be gradual throughout the day, because we're going to be open so early, and you're going to have people coming in and out. But at the end of the game or at the end of a concert, we're going to have that outflow coming across to these valets.
Yeah.
1,500 and 500 are big numbers, and it's a bit of a wait and see to see what that first week is like.
Yeah. For the World Cup, are you anticipating foreign visitors, foreign users of the Bike Valet, and maybe some language barrier as well?
Yes, we are expecting foreigners to come up to, my son is a teenage soccer kid, and some of the parents, this is just bringing this in-house to my conversations. He's Polish, and he's been to a couple World Cups, and he said, like, I've been a little like, are people going to travel from downtown Vancouver and make their way up to the fan zone? Because it's 6-7 kilometers from downtown. You got to get on a bus because people aren't going to be renting cars from out of country, people coming in from out of country. This one parent who I believe greatly is that people travel to the fan zone at these World Cups. It's a center of attention. It's no matter where the fan festival is, the true soccer fans will find it. We are trying to hire people as diverse as possible, but yes, there might be some language barriers.
Interesting.
We have Kimberly Nelson, also in Calgary.
Hello, and apologies if there's a lot of noise. There is currently a wind advisory, and everything is rattling at the moment. My question is more about, especially with an event like that where it's all day and there's multiple locations and multiple venues, do you have a system in place where you can do in and out without having to start the process all over again? Like they come in, drop off their bike, they go participate in an event, or they watch a match, and then they come out, they bike to another event and park their bike, but because they've already got the tag, they don't have to redo all of that thing. I'm just thinking of the logistics of the lines of it, and if there's an in and out process.
Yeah, it'll be they'll need to return the ticket at each location right now. That's how we're planning it. Did that
Blair,
answer
I'm
your question?
wondering, you're looking at, this is like a daunting scale. Have you guys researched the biggest bike valet in the world? Are you about to like take the record, or has some event in, Copenhagen or something taken that already?
I might need to do some research on that one. I have ridden a Grand Fondo, and I was thinking that was in the 100 or 1,000 range, but they weren't racked per se, or trying to remember how they must have been racked. And this was a 2012-ish. So I'm assuming we've had requests for our racks based on Grand Fondo events. The actual BC Place asked us if we could made a request if they could use our racks during the World Cup just this week, and just unfortunately we don't have enough equipment. But I can dig into that as a takeaway. I will dig into that, Samuel. I haven't looked at, if anyone's looking now, the biggest bike valet ever recorded. This could be it though.
I did a Google search. Biggest bike valet at one event ever, for top of the list. You know who's there? Best.
There you go.
Best Move Events, Vancouver, BC. So, I mean, according to Google's AI. But I think, if we can look, you might, other people are going to be asking you how to do it, but you might find models for how to manage, that ticketing question from some others as well.
I don't think I touched on. Luckily, the city is allowing us to keep all of our equipment, and it'll be securitized, so we don't have to take down the racks every night, which is a huge. At first, we were thinking that we have to take our poles and racks down every night, but luckily, we'll be securitized.
Cool. Well, before we
sorry, I have a question.
Yes, please do.
Hey, this is Ben from Cycle Toronto. Really awesome to hear about this initiative. My question is, did you get a sense of how long your operating days are? We aren't yet clear on that, and I feel like it could be more than 10 hours for our bike valet. So with that, how are you thinking about staffing, and like, are you doing two shifts, like a morning shift and evening shift kind of thing? Because I think we were told that it could be like 10 to 12 hours per day. So just want to get
some days we'll be there from 8 a.m. and then all the way to midnight. So there's a possibility if we shorten some we're probably going to have 2 shifts a day, but there could be a chance where some people have shorter shifts. So that's the challenge. Right now, we could have at the bigger valet of 1,500 bikes, we're looking at probably 20 people per shift. And like I said, we have to see how that first week goes. I think we're going to have a ton of bikes in July because kids aren't in school. But the first month, if we might not have that many, then we would assess day to day on staffing. But right now, we're assuming 20 per shift.
All right. Yeah, thanks a lot. That's one consideration for us too. 3 stations and 10 to 12-hour days, possibly more. So yeah, that's helpful. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Cool. Okay, so any more questions or responses to Blair's presentation in this topic before we move on? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Blair, for agreeing to do this at pretty short notice and really, really inspiring scale that you guys are going at here. And we're really excited to hear about it and what you guys are learning.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.